Hey Gearfax friends, welcome back. Let me tell you all about the Korg Sound multi-track recorder. Not your traditional multi-track recorder though, let's switch it on. Not exactly like one of your Zoom field recorders either, it's sort of somewhere in the middle. It does have the nice big display, onboard microphones, as well as mic in sockets there. No XLR, but that's okay, I'm not too worried about that. Then we got micro SD socket here. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment, and then some power in there, but at the moment I'm running it on a couple of AA's. I think it's AA's, yes, AA's. Alright, we're ready to go. So your first recording is very simple on this machine. It's just press record and then press play. Because there's no other instrument, no auxiliary, no guitar or anything like that, it's just going to go ahead and record using the microphones. So getting started really is very straightforward and simple. I probably would say at this point though that one of the first things you'll notice about the sound is that the font is really quite hard to read. I don't know about you, but I find that sort of very weird and distracting. Anyway, we're just running through the main menu here, and you see the little bar move across the top there where it says record. All the items appearing on the screen are functions underneath that record banner, and as I keep pressing through my right scroll button here, it moves on to the next category, which is time options. Then it moves on to rhythm options, and so on. So there are several banners there under which there are many options, and then you just press menu to go back to the main screen. As the name suggests, it will record layer on top of layer on top of layer, so it'll just keep recording until you run out of memory on your card. When you transfer your micro SD card over to your computer, which may involve an adapter if your computer doesn't have this slot, probably doesn't, but when you transfer those files over, each individual recording will be a separate WAV file. So even though everything plays all together on the sound unit, they will be separate tracks when you go to start editing on your PC or Mac. So it's not a multi-track recorder like this Boss Micro BR, which I've been using for years. Many of the Gearfax videos are recorded using this one. The sound by comparison won't allow you to cut, paste, copy and things like that. It'll just record a whole bunch of WAV files right on top of each other and then separate them out for you when you transfer them to your PC. So I guess you could say that in your hand it's a sketch pad for a song, although it is potentially also a kind of a recording interface. If you've really got a good track on this, there's no reason why you can't use it in your absolute final mix. Incidentally, when it comes to recordings, there are a whole lot of effects. If we scroll through, and here we are under the effects banner, we've got clean tone. We press up and that'll take us through, I think we've got 30 or 40 different effects that we can choose here. They're not editable effects, they're all preset, and there are more than I thought. So yeah, 100 effects, and all of them of pretty decent usable quality. But there's still more though. From a sketchpad point of view, we can press rhythm here, and you can hear a rhythm starting up. That's just one of many, again, that we can choose from. So if we scroll back a little bit, you'll see the rhythm banner appear up on the top right there, just next to the battery indicator. And again, we've got a whole lot to choose from. So that one that we quietly heard then from the internal speaker was just the default 8-beat. But there are heaps to choose from. They're not massively high quality, but they're certainly excellent as metronomes for getting your basic song down or keeping your recording perfectly in time for that final draft. So if we choose Pop 2, for example, we hear that rhythm. That was pretty quiet though, and there's no sort of dial on it where you can just quickly change the volume instantaneously. You have to find your way to the volume tab, which is under miscellaneous right at the end. Turn it right up, hold it down, and let's see if this is a bit more comfortable. We'll just press rhythm again. There you go. So obviously it's not a device that's meant to have a great deal of volume. Chances are most of the time you'll be using this with a pair of headphones, but it is pretty convenient. If you want to get something down quickly and you don't have your headphones with you, you can listen back to it right away and get an impression of what it sounded like. And that's a bit of an advantage over the old recorder that I was using. Sometimes it is nice to hear your recording immediately if you're not quite sure how it went. Anyway, that's my brief overview of the Korg Sound on Sound. So we've got high quality recording, microphones, guitar input there on the side, effects built in, rhythm built in. No individual tracks as such, but it does pair up very nicely with any software that you're using. Because once you take the files off this card, you've just got a whole bunch of nice clean WAV files ready to go, ready to insert straight into your software. One final note I'll say is that I don't really like these micro SD cards. The size is a little bit fiddly, and that's not so much of a problem, but the chances are you're going to need some kind of adapter when you're getting the files off this and putting them into your PC. I guess the SOS, or Sound on Sound, makes up for that in that it doesn't need any adapter software. So that's one tiny complaint in an otherwise very good unit. As always, I'm going to put up a couple more links to things that might interest you of a similar nature. Thanks for liking, commenting, or subscribing to Gear Facts, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Don't forget to leave a comment. I'm always happy to reply to all your comments. Thanks again for watching.